is Ben, Liam and Bell on Nova.
Well, g'day there, podcaster.
Gotta say, pretty bumper-to-bumper show today. Think we're all having a lot of fun.
A little behind the scenes for you. Today's show was so filled with fun stuff that we moved some fun to tomorrow's show.
I reckon,
A few fun
I reckon
bits.
there's 3 fun stuffs that
Yep.
has been put into tomorrow's stuff.
Yep.
Is there 3?
Yeah.
Yes, 3 fun
Yep.
stuffs.
There was too much fun stuff.
I don't want to reveal fun stuffs.
Yeah.
Oh, there was.
There's literally 3 fun stuffs.
Yeah.
So basically, that means today we can leave early.
Because the way...
Fitting.
yeah,
'cause
Liam
you
needs
are.
to leave early.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
the
you left
way-
early yesterday, Bill.
You did.
Oh my gosh, I left literally an hour and a half later
In the
than what you
middle
have
of
to
a
leave
meeting.
today.
Middle of the meeting. So, you know.
For me, the fun stuff's analogy is kind of like, imagine you open the pantry, right, and you're at home, and there's a bag of chips, there's some M&Ms, and there's a
Pods.
beer. Pods, yeah, I guess, whatever. There's 3 things that are going to be delicious. And you know what? You go, I could eat all 3 of those things and be a big pig, or I could eat one of those things and save 2 more for the next 2 days.
And don't get us wrong. You're going to have a party today.
Yeah.
You're going to enjoy the
Oh,
pods.
yeah.
You're
Now
going to enjoy
I'm
the
worried.
pods.
Nah,
Yep.
we've talked it up too much now.
No, we haven't.
No.
Yeah, we have.
Belle, you see, this is the thing.
Yeah.
Ben and I, positive people.
Yep.
You, negative person.
Building
I'm
excitement.
realistic.
No.
I'm not negative.
Even with the awards,
I'm
the
a
radio
realist.
awards, you said, I'm going to lose, I'm going to lose, I'm going
Oh,
to lose. And guess what
and
happened?
guess what? I
You lost. Yeah, because
I
you
was
put it out
being
in this universe.
realistic.
Yeah.
I
Whereas
knew-
Liam and I, we're going to win, we're going to win, we're going to win.
Yeah.
And big winners.
Mate, you know what I did before the Acras when I was eating my Subway? I went back through the old videos and screenshotted things to get my post ready for when we won that award.
That's so sad.
Is it? Well, guess what happened? Put it out there, it happens.
Yeah,
So
okay.
put it out there that it's going to be a great podcast.
Belle, give us
Okay.
one positive affirmation before we start this thing.
I really liked your handshake that you did.
I like it, Belle.
on the
Thank
socials,
you for
very
spreading
good.
positivity,
Very
and
cute
people can
video.
check that out on the Ben, Liam, and Belle Instagram story.
For the next 24 hours.
Yes.
So depending when you listen to this,
yeah,
could
it
not
might be
exist.
gone. Now, I shared a story. Was it this week I shared it? Or last week?
No, I reckon
it was
it was
last
week.
End
week.
of last week, yeah.
I shared a story that I absolutely loved. I found this so funny. It was about my father-in-law. His name's Chris, and he is a massive fan, or should I say was a massive fan, of Felberg's pickled onions. Now, you might think, how big of a fan can you be of pickled onions? Supposedly big enough to email the company because he noticed a slight change in the product. He's been eating them now for, I believe, 30 years. My wife, Sam, told me this story. She said that we had some in our fridge, and he told her, oh, no, I don't buy them anymore because they changed the product.
He was
And she
boycotting them. Oh my
and
gosh.
she said, what do you mean? And he said, well, I've noticed that they've changed the product. And so because he emailed them and said he'd noticed the change. And then the lovely Felberg's team replied to his email. They didn't have to, but they did. They replied to his email and they said, like, hello there, Mr. Wallace. Yeah, we have actually changed onion supplier. It's still the same great product, same great taste. And he replied, well, I won't be buying them anymore.
Which is like the most
Crazy.
dad thing ever. Like, he obviously cares so much
So-
about his pickled onions.
Yep. So we had a good laugh about that on air. Now fast forward to yesterday. A box arrives here at the office. Liam, it's next to you there. Do you want to open up that box for me? What's in there, mate?
It is, well, it's addressed to Ben, Liam, and Belle
Mm-hmm.
from the Felberg's team.
Whoa.
Wow. Okay, that is... Wow, they're big. They've sent
Yeah.
like 8 680-gram jars of their... There's like whole cucumbers in that one.
They've sent about
Sliced
5
jalapenos.
kilos of pickles. Because they don't just do pickled onions, they do all sorts of
They got
pickles.
sandwich
Can I have
stackers
some
here.
pickles?
Yeah, well, yeah, pickle chip. I mean, and they've sent like a note saying like they're sorry to hear. That's actually so nice. Like they definitely didn't need to do that. And I don't think we actually named and shamed. I think you just said the
No,
brand
I
with the
did.
boo.
You said
No,
no.
I
You said
said-
the blue label.
You said the blue lid.
believe,
You
I
said the
believe
blue
I said
label.
Felberg's.
Ah.
I reckon I said either way. To me, that's a real touch of class.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah.
That they've gone out of their way to send all
And
these pickles.
For the record, I will now buy their pickled products. So in a customer that they may have lost
Yep.
in Chris, they have gained
Yep.
3 more, and I
Yep.
hope many more if they're listening, and we
Absolutely.
appreciate that.
Absolutely.
It's the problem is, I mean, they've sent us the pickles. Really, they're trying to smooth it over with Chris. I mean, we already thought their stuff was pretty good.
Well, they clearly
like-
they get the note though that he doesn't want the onions, but
Yeah.
maybe
Do you know what we
he
should
will
do?
like the pickles.
I would love to, because I remember when you told that story, I was like, that's so funny. I'd
Yeah.
love to get him on.
Mm.
Should we call your father-in-law next and I can pretend to be from the Felbergs pickling factory and just sort of, and so we can get
Try and smooth it over.
We'll try and smooth it over, and then we can also hear from the horse's mouth like how disgruntled he is. Do you know what I mean? I would like to hear his reasoning, like why he is so aggressively gone off the pickled onions.
He is retired, so he'll definitely answer his phone. Why don't we call him on behalf of the Felbergs team to try and win back his business?
Yeah. So Ben and Belle, I'm just going to pretend to be from the family. I've got a bit of a fake name, and this is what I want from this call. I want him to explain why he's so off the product, and then I'll see what it takes to try and smooth him over and see if he'll stay on board as a Felbergs customer.
Okay, great. Here we go.
Hello, Chris speaking.
Hello, is this Mr. Chris Wallace?
It is.
Hello, Norris Fighting House Felberg here from the Felbergs Fine Foods Pickle family. I do PR for the Onion team, and your email came across my desk. You noticed a change in some of our pickled onions.
Yes. Yep.
We hear you're not satisfied with the new product. Is that right, Chris?
No, I bought yours specifically for the way that they tasted. They're very different to everyone else.
Yeah.
A bit like the old grandmother used to make, if you want to go that way. But now the newer product was pretty much exactly the same as what was on the shelves for most of the other stuff, which was a lot harder texture and a different taste. So that was that, I guess.
I got to say, Chris, it's a very impressive palate. I mean, you're our only customer who's noticed the change in supplier of onions. It's still the same brine. I can assure you that we've been.
I can assure you, my kids, they noticed as well, so, and my ageing mother. So maybe it's a family trait. I don't know.
The Wallace palate, perhaps. Yes. Well, Chris, I mean, obviously you're a very valued customer, and we'd certainly like to keep your business if that's possible. I mean, could we offer you and sending you some complimentary jars of our best sellers?
Oh, look, anything that always helps. Look, anything.
We'll send you some burger pickles. We've got some pickled chips. We've got sliced jalapenos as well, deliciously crunchy with a fiery kick. We do a lot of stuff. Chris. We've got chipotle pickles, sandwich stackers. Of course, all your onion favourites, your regular, your pickled, your Old English. Would you like a tour of the onion factory someday? That's something that we could offer.
Oh, look, I'm not sure that it'd be interesting, that's for sure. I'm sure my granddaughter would find it very interesting.
I'd certainly be willing to act as the pickled Willy Wonka, if you will, and tour you around. And how many promotional jars should we send you? Does 50 sound good?
Oh, look, yeah, I've got one pantry, and my wife might not like me filling it up with that. But yeah, well, look, yeah, whatever's reasonable is appreciated.
We'll round it up to 100. How does that sound?
Oh, no, fine by me. My daughter will appreciate it too. So
wonderful.
She was another one that noticed it. So
you're putting the squeeze on me here. I can send 200. I can send 200 if that'll keep you on the.
Yeah. No.
100.
Yeah, whatever you reckon. So,
all right, 150 sounds good. We'll send you 150 jars of our finest bestsellers. Chris, thank you so much for being.
Thank you for the call. I appreciate that. The company was good. I mean, I got an email response fairly well straight away too. So no, that was appreciated. I understand. So if I want to keep eating pickled onions, I guess I've got to acquire a new taste.
Yeah. Well, as we have on our mantra board here in the office, pickles and people. So that's what this little thing we say to ourselves before we start our meetings, and it's something that we live by here at Felberg. So on behalf of myself and the rest of the Felbergs team, we'd like to wish you all the best, Chris. Thank you so much.
No, thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Bye.
Goodbye.
100 jars.
150, I think.
He just loves big onions.
When you told the story, I was like, so funny, but maybe, you're adding a bit of mayo on it. Like, surely he didn't notice the taste. But dude, this guy, he was willing to go to the onion factory. With your little niece.
I can assure you, he said, my aging mother could tell the difference.
He's like, I find that hard to believe I'm the only one.
Yeah, I was
Me,
like, wow,
my children.
we're rustling here. What a slap in the face to the. But
where's he gonna? The 100 jars will go off.
I don't know. I mean, well, and actually, you got to say credit to Felbergs for actually sending us jars in the first place and a nice note. But you can see These are the types of calls that these businesses will deal with. There are people passionate about in whatever industry you're in. If you think, it's just another day at the pickled onion factory, wrong. There's going to be someone out there who notices every little step you're adding and everything you're doing, and they live and die by those pickled onions.
You're only a what if away from a holiday with whatif.com.
You could go to the dentist appointment or all the kids' sports. But what if it was a weekend on the coast instead?
Book hotels, holiday rentals, apartments, and more.
What if it's Aussie for travel?
We had a wild call yesterday from Jake in Richmond who survived a plane crash. He fell from 2,000 feet.
Fell out of the sky sideways.
Oh.
Yeah, hit the first tree.
Yeah.
The plane flipped upside down, ripped the back of the plane off.
Yeah.
And then we cleared probably 80 metres of trees before hitting a big oak tree that really stopped it.
Lucky to be alive, obviously sustained some injuries, but at the time we were speaking to Jake and he said, it's not even the craziest thing that's happened to me. We sort of skimmed past it because we're like, yeah, let's tell us more about the plane crash. Turns out Jake's been in the wars. Like another crazy thing has happened to him. So we had to get him back this morning to tell the story. Obviously I would still put, plane crash, surviving that at the top of the pile, Jake, but just under that, what's another hectic thing that's happened to you?
Yeah, well, just one of the things on my lucky list of things that have happened to me. A few years back when I first started racing cars, I'd spent a year.
So you're a pilot who races cars.
Can you just chill out? Like, sit in a beanbag and play some PlayStation, dude. You could have died. Do you understand that? Like, why are you trying to do such high octane activities all the time?
Mate, if it can't kill you, it's not worth doing.
Okay.
That's the theory. But no, I started racing cars a few years back and just spent about a year building this rally car. And on its first race that I did, it was up in the mountain rally, and coming through the bush, and it's like a lot of really tight roads on the edge of some big drops, and come around the corner, went a bit wide, hit some bunting, wrapped around the wheel, and it ended up pulling the car off a cliff. And we fell and pretty much hit every single tree on this cliff face for about 60, 70 metres until we hit the ground. You couldn't really tell it was a car by the end of it, but we made friends with about 200 trees on the way down.
I imagine for you, it just felt like deja vu back to the plane all over again.
Yeah,
here we go.
The amount of times you've fallen through multiple trees in some sort of vehicle. So did you get out unscathed from that one? I mean, surely falling off a cliff, 60, 70 metres, collecting trees along the way. I'm assuming the rally car would have had like a roll bar, but did you get out okay?
Yeah. Actually, surprisingly, I had some bruised ribs, and other than that, I was good to go. That was pretty much the warm up for the plane crash. That's why I knew I'd be all good.
That was pre.
Mate, just promise us, Jake. It's by the sounds of it to me, you've used 2 of your 9 lives. You still got 7, so you can have a bit of fun. Just don't have too much, okay?
Yeah, that's right. I'm going to have to put a manager on to start counting and making sure
I know. Just get your paperwork right. Yeah, maybe you should get a tattoo for every life you've lost so far.
Absolutely wild story. Again, Jake, we appreciate you sharing. What I'd love to do is, do you have 9 lives? Have you got a story to share this morning? Have you come close to danger more than once?
Stacey, Knoxfield, you believe you're a bit of a cat. You've got 9 lives.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a DIY queen, and I decided to have a look into my manhole in one of my rentals, and the landlord had left a Pepsi bottle holding down the manhole cover, and as I was up on the bar stool, it rolled off and knocked me backwards into my bathtub, and I broke my back.
Oh, I can hear
But I
that
can walk,
noise of
like I'm good.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
brutal.
you never know what's going to happen when you go up in a manhole.
So
Oh,
that's,
yeah.
dangerous place.
Stace, that's one of your lives. Have you lost any others?
Look, I've come close, but that's probably my worst.
Stacey, can I know this is probably just a boring detail no one cares about, but I care. Why was there a Pepsi bottle on top of the manhole?
Look, that's the answer that all of us want to know.
And you just don't know?
I think it was there to weigh it down, but yeah, it knocked me for 6, and I was
Strange.
done.
Very strange.
Oh, also the worst Pepsi Max ad ever. Get some Pepsi in your life.
Oh, Stacey, I'm really happy that you're okay.
Thank you very much for sharing today. Kayla in Coburg, good morning. This is your mum. They have 9 lives. Tell us what happened.
So my mum told me the story that when she was about 17 or 18, she came around a corner in her car and she hit someone, and they went through her windshield, and then the car hit a pole, and like they went through the windshield, and she was like hitting my mum, and they both like walked out completely okay, like a few scratches and bruises. But for how gnarly of a crash it was, they like nothing.
Somebody else in the other car.
Or were they a pedestrian?
Were they a pedestrian or were they in the car as well?
They were a pedestrian. So Mum came around a corner and they had crossed.
Oh, my
so she came around the corner
Yeah.
and just went straight through the glass. And then, of course, Mum can't see, going around a corner and went into a pole.
Dude.
Went through the windscreen and everyone was okay.
Yeah, everybody was okay. Like scratches and bruises, but everybody was okay.
Are you sure?
Wow.
Are you sure
I
they were
remember
okay?
when my mum told me the story and I was just staring at her going, what the hell?
That is a
Sorry, I
crazy
don't know if you
story.
did that,
No,
but-
okay, that's crazy.
Yeah, wow.
Bill, you're crying. I don't know why.
I just, I mean, that's
so
just
funny.
insane. Like, that's like,
What's funny about that?
Sometimes when I don't know how to react to things, sometimes I just start laughing, and I feel really bad.
like a pedestrian through a windshield. Do you think that's funny?
No, I don't. That's a thing. I don't think it's funny.
Because you're crying, laughing.
I don't know. My
It was-
reaction,
no, I must
my
admit,
reaction was,
yeah.
I think it was the way that she told it, where she was like, "Yeah, hey guys."
yeah. No, it was a shock,
I
for
had
sure.
a weird
Yeah.
reaction. I just can't.
For sure,
I, don't know,
I
it's
wasn't.
very
I wasn't
weird.
expecting it.
I'm a little bit worried because Isabel's given us a buzz. Isabel, you're 9 years old. Is that right?
Yes, I am 9 years old.
Okay. And is this a story about you?
Yes.
All right.
Oh.
Well,
Okay.
I'm a little bit worried, but share your story whenever you're ready.
So when I was in a car park area with my dad, while I was crossing, I accidentally let it go of the shopping bag,
Yeah.
and a red car is gonna like go through it. So then I ran to the bag, and I was close to the red car,
Yeah.
and the car nearly hit me.
Oh.
But then I ran back to my dad,
Oh.
and my dad's mouth dropped it.
Yeah, I bet. I bet it did.
Well, I'm so glad. I'm so glad because you know you're young and you're precious, and you've only got 8 more lives, so
Yeah.
you use them well, Isabel.
So what?
Gotta remember, Isabel, gotta be careful to be in car parks. They can come out of
Yeah,
anywhere.
Isabel, what was the lesson you learnt that day?
The lesson I learned is never go back for a bag.
Yes, yep,
100%.
Let that red car hit the bag every damn time. It's better than you. Thank you for your call, Isabel.
Very
Good
cute.
cautionary tale. Eddie joins us now from Doreen. Tell us you have lost 9 lives.
Yeah, mate. So I lived in Sydney a couple of years back, and I was at a friend's house and cracking out a couple of party tricks, and decided to do a bit of fire breathing.
Oh yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So I went pretty good the first time, but once I did it the first time, a bit of the liquid sort of ran all across my lips and down my neck and stuff. And when I did it the second time, it then lit my face on fire, and I proceeded to rub it out with my hand and pretty much rubbed the skin off of my face.
Hell of a party, though. I bet that would have gone down a treat.
Eddie's here with his party trick.
So do you have scarring from that, Eddie?
So it actually healed up pretty well. I've only got a little bit of scarring underneath my chin, but I went straight to the burns unit, and they were pretty much all over it straight away, so it went up pretty well.
Eddie, are you circus trained, or did this just come out of nowhere?
No, I'm a bit of a party animal, and I like to sort of impress people. So
Yeah. Eddie, can I ask you this? Can I ask you the same question I asked Isabel? What lesson did you learn that day?
Yeah, don't play with fire.
That's it. No,
mate.
we're all learning this morning, and I'm enjoying it. Tanya in Mernda, tell us you've used up some of your 9 lives.
I've used 3.
3? Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Let's go through. Tell us.
All right. So when I was a baby, I was bitten by a spider.
Whoa, no,
and
that's
I went into
crazy.
cardiac arrest.
Oh,
that's horrifying.
What kind of spider was it?
I don't know. I don't know. Mum didn't know what it was. She just knew that I was unwell.
Oh, my God, that's so scary.
Yeah.
So that's one before you're even a toddler. What else?
So the second one, I was 19. I was studying for exams, just thinking I had headaches. Went to the doctor, and they put me straight in an ambulance, straight to the hospital, because I had meningococcal.
Whoa!
That's a bad one. That's a bad one. Yeah, you don't hear about many people getting that these days as well, with the immunisations and whatnot. But
meningococcal. And so what was the recovery like on that?
Well, I was in 6 weeks in hospital. Just
6 weeks?
Just, constantly with different antibiotic drips and all that sort of stuff. I was lucky that I got there early enough. I didn't lose any limbs or anything like that.
and made a full recovery, which was good.
That is serious stuff, though. So there you go. You've had a cardiac arrest from a spider bite as a baby. You've had meningococcal at 19. What's your third life you lost?
Okay, so the third one was a major fatal car accident when I was 23. I broke pretty much from my toes to my nose. I had a brain injury. I had they almost amputated my left leg. But with surgery, they were lucky to save that. And I've made an absolute full recovery.
Whoa.
Tanya, I mean, you're counting your lucky stars on all three occasions there. I mean, obviously it's like a known thing with your friends and family, like how unlucky you've been. Have you kept out of the wars over recent years?
I definitely have. So I'm just about to turn 40, and I haven't had any more incidents since.
Yeah, let's keep it that way.
Yeah.
Let's keep it that way. I reckon.
Good.
Yeah, don't get into rally car racing or piloting like our first caller Jake. Yeah. Top of 24 today, 26 tomorrow, 27. Just got a nice ramp up into the weekend. You know what that is? That's barbecuing weather.
Ooh,
now
yeah.
I'm sorry to say, Ben and Belle, but I haven't had a barbecue this calendar year because
Mate, summer in January, February.
Yeah, I know, but I just haven't because even on the slightly warm ones, grand final weekend would have been a perfect time for a barbecue, but I haven't because the place we moved into here had a barbecue. I'm like, great, we don't even need our Weber anymore. Little barbecue doesn't work, so I haven't been bothered fixing it.
As I say, have you tried to fix it?
It seems like an expense, and we're saving for a wedding, and there's lots of other stuff going on.
You can't
and
sit here and say, "Oh, my barbecue's broken and I haven't
broken.
had one." If you haven't,
it's broken. I
tried.
had a barbecue man who came out and looked, and he said it was broken.
You had a
So you
barbecue
did pay. You
man.
pay. So he didn't tell you what was wrong with it. He said, "Nah, mate."
Where
So
does he come from?
They installed, these people put it in, like the
Yeah.
previous owners, but
Yeah.
they did it wrong. So it's like the pipe, it's like one of those ones that they've piped it up instead of having just a gas
so
bottle.
rather than a gas bottle, yeah.
Yeah, but it's like the pipes are cooked. Like it's like because it bent back on the pipe.
Right.
So it's like
So you have
it's
to get a
actually
plumber.
dangerous. It's actually dangerous.
You have
Like
to get a plumber.
Yeah, it's a plumber job. So
Okay.
before you make me sound like a big idiot, okay, I need a plumber. I need a plumber. Is what I need.
So get a plumber.
Yeah.
Well, it's expensive, as I said. I'm saving for a wedding. We're going around in circles. But I'm just telling you, you're trying to pick it apart. But I'm telling you, I haven't had a barbecue this year. That's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah, but
Well,
if you
you
bring
know
up you
what?
haven't had a barbecue, we're going to pick that apart, mate.
Well, guess what, guys? Maybe you should all pitch in and get me a plumber.
I'm not giving you money.
You should, Belle.
You're
You should.
fine.
My
You're fine.
meat has been charcoalless all year.
Oh.
It's been hard. I'm
There
not
are
going to lie.
people dying.
I'm not going to lie.
You're here talking about your pipe.
Well, my pipe's bent.
Yeah, he's got a bent pipe.
I got a bent pipe.
Tough
There's
life.
an angle in his pipe. 13.
Well, what bad has happened to you lately? You know what I mean?
I had to go collect half my furniture from my ex-fiance yesterday afternoon.
All right, 13 24 10 is our number. If you want to do the 610 quiz this morning,
It's 610. Hallelujah, it's 610.
I always love this. Sometimes 6:10 in the morning, you might struggle to get callers, but this morning we've got almost full phone lines. Well done.
Yeah. Eve in Q, how you doing?
I'm good, thank you. I don't like horror movies, though.
All right.
Dear.
Well, see how you go. I mean, you're going to have to get the next 5 questions right, and then we can, deal with that when we get to that. But rowdy Taylor Swift fans have annoyed people by being too loud at the Eras Tour movies in cinemas. What's the name of the ice cream you can order at the cinema?
You can get a choc top.
You can get a choc top. Jeez, one of the greats. What's your flavour? You a boysenberry kind of gal?
Honey macadamia.
Oh.
They do one. Yeah.
Oh, and fun fact, second morning in a row we've talked ice cream flavours in the 610 quiz.
It is.
It's easy to drift into it, Jack Ginnivan has requested a trade to Hawthorn. Which footy team does he play for currently?
Collingwood.
Yes. A huge comet, 3 times the size of Mount Everest, is headed towards Earth. Isn't it funny you see that in news and you're like, we'll be right. We probably won't die. What's the name of the camp at the base of Mount Everest?
Base camp?
Yeah. It's not. You don't have to think about it too hard.
Bonus points, Eve, if you can tell us where Mount Everest is.
It's in Nepal.
Very good.
Jeez, you're around it. Hey, new details of the new series of The Crown have been revealed, with the first batch of episodes focusing on Princess Diana's relationship and ending with the tragic car crash. Can you name Diana's 2 kids?
Oh, William and Harry.
Pretty easy one. Okay, last question here. We're going to need your singing voice. The number
dear.
one song in Australia at the moment is from a radio host turned country music star. Can you finish these lyrics?
I lost my girl, she broke my ticket. Oh, blues by.
Oh, come on.
Everyone knows that. You don't know that?
That's not what the lyrics were supposed to be this morning.
Travis in Sunbury,
This is
let's see if you can finish the lyrics.
I lost my girl, she broke my ticket. Oh, blues by.
Dingus.
Oh,
No.
it's not dingus, Travis. I bet you feel like a dingus though at the moment. Sarah from Endeavour Hills. Obviously, we're all familiar with this song. We heard it in full around this time yesterday. Let's see if you can finish the lyrics.
I lost my girl, she broke my ticket. Oh, blues by.
The Digger?
Not the digger. Not the digger.
guess, Sarah.
No. Shirley in St Albans. It's a very famous song. It sort of surprises me that no one's got it to this point, but let's see if you can finish it.
I lost my girl, she broke my ticket. Oh, blues by.
By the cornfield.
Shirley, yes, of course. That is my original country song, Cornfield Blues, which I wrote in 5 minutes this week. And yeah, doing some big things on the country charts at the moment. There's a real groundswell around it. Yeah, thank you so much. Obviously, big fan. Look, I've sent you a signed CD. Also, you get to pick the next song we play.
So, do you want to hear John Mayer?
It's hard to be persistent when we're standing at a distance, so we keep waiting.
Do not. Do not.
Or do you want Blues by the Cornfield?
I lost my girl, she.
Yes!
Two days in a row! Oh, no. It's an earworm, Shirley.
Oh dear, I'm feeling blue. Cornfield blues, drink my liquor. I lost my girl, she broke my ticket. Oh, blues by the cornfield. Oh, blues by the cornfield. Whiskey tears on the star-spangled banner, working hard with my sword and spanner. American man driving in my Chevy. Now she's gone, I'm feeling heavy. Oh, blues by the cornfield. Lord help me, I got them cornfield blues. Pickup truck, not giving a fuck. I'm a sad cowboy, shit out of luck. Chewing back in, working hard, drinking bud in my yard. Oh, blues by the cornfield. Come on, y'all. Blues by the cornfield, I'm feeling sad. Drinking whiskey in my truck, yeah, I'm real bad. Cornfield blues I've got. Come on, sing it with me now. Give me what you got. Cornfield blues, cornfield blues. If you need me, I'll be weeping in the cornfield.
Yes, there it is. Blues by the Cornfield on Nova 100. You are here with Ben, Liam and Belle.
Yeah, it's my original song that I wrote in 5 minutes this week to prove that country music's quite slimpilistic. And, geez, I tell you what, I've been getting a hell of a lot of attention at the moment. Phones, geez, there's another one. Another one. DJ Snake and another one there from Tiesto. Bro, let's hook up. Let's do it. Okay, David Guetta. I don't know how these people even got one up. Steve Aoki. just all asking to jump on for a big remix. Martin Garrix, Calvin Harris, and okay, well, all right, yeah, that's
Martin Garrix.
that's a lot.
Martin
yeah.
Garrix hasn't done much that I know
Well,
of.
that's
thought
it.
about
He's
it for a
probably
while.
been waiting for that sexy hook of Avicii. I don't know.
Oh.
Someone's using his phone. Look. Hey, I'm just gonna say. Okay, Kygo. I don't even really like your style of
Has
stuff.
Darude reached out yet?
Not there. You go.
What about Zed?
Okay, he's on. Well, it's funny you guys say that. I'm still waiting from Timmy Trumpet. There he is. Oh, geez.
Oh, that was 6. Who are
And
those 6?
Dom Dollar, Boys Noise, and Todd Tier.
That's 3.
I'm just gonna say, and Cascade.
That's 4.
Carl Cox. All right.
5.
Oh, Jesus.
DJ Havana Brown.
Porter
Is that-
Robinson. Porter Robinson.
Very good.
Look, guys,
Where's, you know what? Where's Fred again? Oh, there he is.
There he is.
Oh, wow.
Hey. And I'm just going to say right now, I'm going to put my phone on silent. All those DJs, I don't even know how that happened. I've got to sort that out. I'm going to say no to all of those DJs because I know a better DJ who I love and trust. DJ Scudder from Nova Nation.
Mm.
You guys heard Nova Nation yet?
Yeah.
Midday, the mix,
Middays.
Saturday. I am gonna. Hey, Scud, hey, yo, come in, yeah, Scud. DJ Scudder works on the show. My brother. So many DJs at the moment wanting to jump on Cornfield Blues, and so there you go. I'm really concerned about that Avicii one. It's almost like a ghost text because I've just anyway. But if you are keen, I would love to have you jump on.
Yeah. Okay, sure.
It's a sexy hook.
Thank you.
Do you think you got some beats that you could lay
There's
down?
plenty of potential. What are you thinking? Like a bit of trap, bit of hip
Something
hop.
heavy and
Have
sexy.
you remixed many country anthems?
Can't say I have.
Yeah.
No,
But this is, I want something that, like obviously a lot of country fans are enjoying Cornfield Blues, but I want the kids to be dancing to it on the weekends.
Well, they
you know?
will be. So, Scud, you DJ at Fargo and Co. and the Hawthorn. Will
Yes.
you give Cornfield or Blues by the Cornfield? I love to see that at Fargo.
Yeah, I'm actually closing out Harlow Bar in
Dude,
Friday.
Yes,
It'd be
I'll
last
be
summer of the
there.
night.
Ben, you were just saying how you feel like laser hair removal's like we're going too far into the future, and you feel like it'll be a problem one day.
Well, yeah, so my wife Sam got it for the first time yesterday, and she was very excited, and she got home, and I was like, how was it? And she was like, yeah, it was great. She really enjoyed it. And then I was like, how does it work? And she said, well, they zap lasers into your hair follicles, and then the hair follicles just like disintegrate, and then they just don't come back. And I was like, that doesn't seem like we should be doing that.
You got lasers in your eyes,
I
Ben.
did, and I
That's
also
way
that's
worse.
I
true.
know,
That's-
and you're right, Belle. I did, and the whole time I was thinking, how do they control the laser to not go past my eye and into my brain?
no, I reckon the
You
lasers,
know what I mean?
they're pretty high tech. The lasers.
Yeah,
But,
but like, how do we not know it's going all the way through and doing like irreparable damage to my frontal lobe? Like, we don't know that.
Yeah.
You did the ads for him, mate. So, pretty sure you got that laser
You
eye
got
for
the
free.
discount.
But like, it's funny because the partners must be synced up. Because Sarah was telling me, like, Sarah, honestly, my fiance, I was dying when she told me this story this week. It's such a funny. It's just
About laser.
Yeah. It's just a different lived experience, isn't it? Sometimes between men and women, or people who get Brazilians and that sort of stuff. Like I
Josh
personally have
Jacobs,
never had, bar like a doctor.
Yeah.
I've never had people that I haven't been intimate with looking in those areas, and I'd like to keep it.
Oh,
that
they
way.
are.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know, but
Yeah.
like, so she was saying like she felt so bad. She went to like a new spot for laser, and it was like in sensitive areas. And the girl was like super young, and she was like obviously like so nervous about it, and it was just the most awkward thing ever. So she was like, "Hey, how's your day going? How's your day going?" And she was like, "All right, so I'll just you go in there, and then like I'm gonna come out, and I'll be back in a bit, and there's some wipes in there, okay?" Like, and anyway, so she did that, and she said normally, like she's had it done before. She said normally, you're just lying on your back, and they just sort of do it.
Zap away.
They zap
Yeah.
away. Yep. So she said this girl like walked back in. She's like, "Okay, can you lie on your stomach for us?" And she was like, "What?" And she was like, the girl was like, "You just quickly lie on your stomach for us."
You're
And
gonna
we'll
hit it from the back.
and so she got her to lie on her stomach. She said I could tell this story, by the way. And then she was like, she said spread them. So she had to like lie on her stomach and spread them. And then she said the girl asked her like 4 times, like, "So how's your day going?" Because she's obviously, staring into the eye of Sauron.
Very vulnerable.
And I'm like, I couldn't imagine doing that. Like, I feel bad for the person doing it. I couldn't imagine myself doing it. It's so, I know it's a job and people do it all the time and they go through that for whatever reason. But, and then, and after, like, she was, like, paying for it and she said there was no eye contact. Like, after she'd seen her butthole, there was no eye contact.
There was plenty of eye contact.
Well, there certainly was. Just the brown eye instead. And then, even when she was paying, she was like, anyway, look, hope you had a good day. How's your day been? Like, she was stuck in that loop of conversation because it was just too... I know.
I'm sitting here thinking now I got into the wrong career.
Don't be a creep, Ben. Don't be a creep.
There is an atrocity happening in Victorian Parliament.
I'm disgusted. Ben and Belle, how could they let this happen? Turns out there's a dog who lives in the Parliament building, much like Stuart Little living with the family.
Mm-hmm.
He's been there for like 14 years. An old dog. It's probably not actually... It's a small dog as well. Probably not got that much longer to live. And those nasty politicians, they're saying, nah, don't want a dog in here anymore.
Sprite is the dog's name.
I can't believe... Where's Sprite supposed to go?
Sprite's so old that his eyes are glazing over.
No, so Sprite's 14, and
Yeah.
yes, he is a rescue dog, and he was only rescued last year, so he's been there for a year.
Okay, I've misread that.
Yeah, you've really taken this and run with it.
It doesn't matter. He's already been out of a home, but he's finally found one, and can't we just let him live in peace?
Sprite's trust is going to be so broken.
That's it.
If he's kicked out of Parliament.
He was roaming the halls and greeting everybody as they rocked up to Parliament, bringing joy to everybody. And he is absolutely gorgeous. He's got his own Instagram page as well. And MP Georgie Purcell from the Animal Justice Party, she is the front runner for getting Sprite back into Parliament. Georgie, good morning.
Ben, Liam, Bell, thanks for having me on.
Georgie, I guess the first question here is you're from the Animal Justice Party. Where is the justice for Sprite?
Yeah, that's what we're wondering as well. But do you know what? I'm absolutely not alone in this. I think people naturally come to me as the Animal Justice Party MP, but there's many other MPs from across the political spectrum that are just as outraged as me. And I think it's because there's overwhelming evidence now to show that pets in the workplace make a really positive contribution, and particularly in a place like Parliament where there's a lot of debate and argument and hostility. Sprite really had the ability to bring us all together, no matter what party we were from. And, now he can't come in anymore.
We have to ask ourselves, should Sprite be the Premier? He's if he unites that building where the decision makers are, wouldn't he unite us all?
But who is, Georgie, who is asking him to leave?
Yeah.
Who is saying that he can't come in anymore?
Yeah, look, first of all, I want to say just on that comment, we joke about that, but there's a part of a city in the US that actually elected a cat as mayor when they couldn't agree.
Are you kidding me?
That's correct. So I'm fully behind it.
I'd vote for Sprite. I would
vote for Sprite.
People doing donkey votes and stuff, if there was an animal in there, they'd get votes for sure. That doesn't surprise me, I suppose. The US, anything can happen. Yeah.
Yeah, correct. Yes, correct. But look, going back to your other question, we're actually not sure why he's been banned from the building because, as I said, he's very well loved. There's members of Parliament in there every single day visiting him, giving belly rubs. Some people even pack him treats, and he's always on our social media accounts. We're trying to get to the bottom of it, but we're really hoping he can be let back in. And something that I think is really important for me to say is Sprite's mum has been very dignified in this and actually hasn't complained. It's actually members of Parliament and journalists on Spring Street that have brought this issue to attention because we're all upset that he can't be there anymore.
So
because I guess he was the unofficial therapy dog for us.
Oh, absolutely. So I just want to make sure Sprite has a home though, right? It's not on the street.
No.
Yeah, Sprite has a wonderful home, but he was brought in every single day. And I guess he was a people's pup, He had an owner, but sort of feels like he belongs to all of us.
But Sprite
because he was such a regular.
Sprite was a rescue dog. I read that. Yeah, he was only rescued last year. He was found wandering on the streets then. So Parliament became his home.
I mean, I'd love to read that autobiography, Street Dog, Street Mutt to Parliament. You know what I mean? It's had an incredible life. And I tell you what, no kidding. When you said that, the people's pup, it's got a nice ring to it. I tell you what, I mean, it is a political campaign that I would probably get by. I think Australia needs a lot of uniting at the moment.
Georgie, I'll be behind you every step of the way, of course. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
There's a girl on TikTok that has absolutely blown up because she shared a video of her ordering 48 oysters on a first date?
Whoa, that's a lot of oysters.
Yeah, when the fourth one came out, he was looking at me crazy. I didn't give a I'm like, baby, you invited me out. I'm going to eat.
Wait, who's filming that? Is she
was
on a
filming
TV show?
it. No. She was just filming it, and then because he left. He said,
like
"I'm
a
going to the
TikTok.
bathroom," and he left because she ordered so many oysters that he was like, "I'm out of here." So she was like, "I ordered the fourth plate, but it's she said the fourth one. She meant the fourth plate. So it was $15 per dozen of oysters." And she had like
great deal.
4. So she kept ordering more and more and more. And then he was like, "Nah, I'm out," and left.
Could you imagine having that many oysters in your stomach?
It's disgusting. And the way that, like, you could hear it there. That slurping noise was
You don't
her.
have to slurp an oyster. In fact, you just drink it right down. Like, just tip it in.
Gross.
I'll be honest, I can eat a couple of oysters. I don't mind them. But more than 3, I'm done.
Ugh.
That many oysters is crazy.
Belle, do you eat oysters?
No.
No central nervous system. So it's sort of, I think it's one of those on the line ones, isn't it? It's like,
It's on the line.
well, it's like, I mean, I know you waver at the best of times with your vegetarian.
Yeah, but it's
They don't have a
it's technically
family.
alive,
Yeah.
and I can't do that if it's alive. I can't.
Oh,
and
see,
also
they
gross.
shuck 'em, it's
Also
just-
gross. Blech. Like, just nah. But first date, like, this is her first date with this guy. She says it at the start of the video. She's like, first date with this guy, he's been messaging me, took me out for oysters, and then she orders this. To me, like, not only is oysters a gross thing personally for a first date, because gross,
But they are
picturing
an
someone with that in their stomach.
aphrodisiac, aren't they? So,
But they are,
you know.
yes. But 48 of them, that's like definitely, I've got, like, I don't know if I'm weird with this, but I have a list or like just in my head of what is acceptable and isn't acceptable to order on a first
you do.
date.
That's something that I've never thought about in my life. Like, I've never thought
Really?
about something that I couldn't eat
no.
on a date.
No. It's for multiple reasons, like mess being a first one, bad breath being a second one, too filling, and then I just want to go home and lie on the couch. So, for example, on the no list, like absolutely no Mexican food. No tacos.
Really?
No burritos.
But you can
Too
get
messy.
fresh, sort of,
Too
Mexican.
messy. Too messy. It goes everywhere. It's too messy. I would not go like sushi or something like that because it's just bad breath. Gross.
No,
Never.
I wouldn't
I wouldn't
necessarily
say sushi
it's
causes bad breath.
Quite
Sushi breath, no,
fresh.
it's definitely
Depends
a
what
thing.
you get. There's a bit of sashimi. It's nice.
Yeah, it's just seaweed breath.
It's exotic. You can prove you can use chopsticks.
Yep.
And also burgers. Never burgers on a first date.
What are you talking
like,
about?
absolutely not. Because they're in the messy category. Can't do it. You can't look hot. You can't look good and eat a burger, or confidently eat a burger and know, I don't have crap all over my face. Can't do it. On the good list, risotto. Always go a risotto.
Oh, great. Warm
fits
rice.
Perfectly, but it fits
Yeah,
perfectly
wicked.
on a fork
You
or a
can't-
spoon. And
I
and
reckon
it
if
doesn't go
if I went on a
everywhere.
first date with someone and they ordered risotto, I'd go boring. I'd never order that. I don't even like this person.
Yep.
Don't you reckon?
Risotto's
I can remember, like back in the day going on dates and stuff, and I'm a slow learner, so I would get like, I don't know, like 4 pints of beer and a carbonara, and you go, don't feel too good after this.
Yeah, exactly. So that's a bad.
But I had what I wanted, and I
You know
enjoyed
what?
it.
You know what? As a test, Belle, I want to prove to you that you can eat a burger and still have a good first date.
I think there's because we had a burger lunch at work
Yeah,
yesterday, so I
there's-
think there is burgers.
There's catering in the work fridge. Let's get one of those burgers out.
But I don't like. The other thing
I'm going
is,
to prove to you that you can do it.
but I also hate eating and talking.
Well,
I
let's-
hate that whole idea. Why do we do that to ourselves? You're inhaling food. You're trying to talk. You're trying to enjoy your meal. I can't even taste the food because I'm
This is-
concentrating on the
this is
conversation.
classic
Is this
and
what
then I
it
finish
sounds
the
like?
meal.
Overthinking.
I'm like, well, that's empty calories because I haven't even enjoyed
Do you know
it.
what?
It's just
If you-
gone.
God.
Like, God love you, but if you said like the last 2 minutes of what you said on a first date, they'd run for the hills. If you're like, I don't know what's going with the burger, and then I think about it too much, like, am I going to inhale the lettuce, and then am I going to die, and I don't know what's going to happen, and then I got to just have risotto because then I was like, you get bad breath with the sushi, and then I don't really like Mexican because it's nice and fresh, but it's all like messy, and I don't really. You'd be like,
That's what you sound like.
you'd be like, okay, I'm going to leave.
Welcome
Yeah.
to my brain.
Mm,
All right.
It's a scary place. Well, why don't we do a little burger experiment with Belle next?
How's this woman ate 48 oysters on a first date? Belle said there's no way she'd ever do that. In fact, you've got rules. Like when it comes to dating.
Well, I have a no-go zone and an approved zone of food that you can eat on a first date or even any date, really. Because due to mess, like like pasta also on the messy do not order list because
How's
that
pasta messy?
Because it can like flick around on your face.
Well,
and stuff.
you
I
don't have
know
to.
if
You don't
there's
have to
sauce
have
on
an
my face.
entire spaghetti and go. You can cut it up and eat it like a normal person.
We were saying, let's prove to you, Belle, this morning that when you go on a date, not just to you, but at everyone listening that thinks you can't eat on a first date, that's insane. You can eat on a first date.
Yeah, but then you have to like talk, and then you're trying to eat, and
That's
then you can't even
fine.
enjoy it.
That's okay.
Nah, too
so
much.
what we're going to do right now is pretend that we're all going on a date with Belle. She's got a lovely grilled burger in front of her right
Yes.
now. What burger is that, Belle?
That's the Impossible Garden Goodness, of course.
Just looks like a bacon and cheese to me.
A bit of bacon in there, a bit.
That's not.
It's wrapped up.
There's actually a first strike for this, actually. Not only is it a burger, which is on my no list, because very messy, it's with the panini bun, which has the flour on it. It's
got the dust.
So that's way too messy on the face. That goes everywhere. It's going to be everywhere.
Well, it's just like
you would never order this on a first date.
Look, so just imagine you have like,
Hang on,
you're
so
not.
what am I just you
So
want
you're
me
not.
to eat
Yeah,
it?
you're not following your rules. You're just being a
on
normal
date, though,
person.
Belle. We're on a date here, okay?
Okay.
Just-
And I'm supposed to eat this while on a date. That's ridiculous.
When you feel it's appropriate, just take a bite of the burger.
Yeah.
It's never appropriate because you're going to ask me a question.
Now we're on the date. Okay.
Okay. Yum, my burger looks really good.
Babe, you barely touched your burger.
Don't babe me.
Have a bite, baby.
Okay, well,
Have
yum.
a bite of that burger, baby. Get in there. So,
it's like a good burger.
Do you have any brothers and sisters?
Well, don't ask me a question while I'm eating.
Well, don't be
you're really. Don't talk with your mouth full.
Well, what am I supposed to do?
Well, you're being a bit rude.
Well, I just sit here and chew and not answer?
Very ugly. God, look at the beef in her mouth.
It's not beef.
It's all in your teeth.
It's fake.
Oh, you got a bit of powder.
Hang on, when do I... Yeah, I know.
All right, Belle, let's straighten up.
When
Let's
am I
straighten up here.
supposed to
Okay,
answer here?
let's just.
When am
we're
I
on a
supposed to
date.
answer? You've
We're
just
on
asked
date.
me a question.
Okay.
No, you know what I do? Liam, how's your day been? Quick, eat.
My day's been really good. Hey, so tell me about your childhood.
No, because I've just eaten. You can't ask me a question when I've just...
This date is
When
going terribly.
I don't like her at all.
This is exactly why I say you can't eat on dates.
Can we get the bill, please?
I'm gonna leave.
It's weird that I went on a date with two guys at the same time anyway, so...
Yes, sir. Was this the table with the chicken goodness and the bacon burger beef smash that was disguised as the fake meat burger? Oh, sorry, I wasn't supposed to say that. That was a little deal we made behind the scenes, and I was tipped under the table.
Yeah. I'm just trying to
Belle,
scoff it down now
Belle.
while you're talking.
Get rid of the food in your mouth. It's gross. I
That's
see
what-
what you mean.
yeah,
I see what you mean.
How am I
you
supposed to
can't.
do a
Yeah,
date while I'm
no.
eating? It's
Don't
ridiculous.
talk with your mouth full.
Yeah, it's very unsophisticated.
Rude.
Liam, you'd be very excited about this.
Has the day come? Noel and Liam, have they patched it up? Have I missed the news?
Not quite.
Right.
But they are. Well, one of them is doing the 30-year Oasis tour.
It'd be Liam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Without Noel.
Yeah, Noel does. He sort of distances himself. Is it
Right.
because it definitely maybe? 30 years.
Yep.
I've actually got that album signed by Liam Gallagher in my
Yep.
house, and it says, "To Liam, love Liam, come on."
Have they ever said if there's something that they could like? Is there like?
Liam's keen to, and Noel said never.
Oh, so Noel's the one that's not letting it happen.
Why?
He's the grump. Oh, it's a long story, but there was a lot of infighting in the band, and they
Well,
sort
Liam's also a
About
grump
what?
though, isn't he?
Yeah.
What's something so bad
sex,
that you
drugs,
just
rock and roll.
don't talk anymore?
Well,
Aren't they brothers?
he tried to take his head off with a guitar, but yeah, he swung a guitar at his head, so that probably
Rock and roll, baby.
That's right. But that's what they say. They say,
Hang on,
Oasis
who
is like a
did?
sports car. It's fast, and every now and then it spins out of control.
Well, look,
Yeah,
if you're an
right.
Oasis fan, get keen for that because the 30-year reunion tour is happening.
I tried to be cool the other day, Ben and Belle, and I completely failed. We were doing a photo shoot.
Sounds like the name of your memoirs.
Yeah, no, true. It's sort of my life story. But we were doing a photo shoot for the show, marketing, and I noticed the photographer, who was a pretty cool guy, he was wearing a jumper displaying the art of Jean-Michel Basquiat. Very famous in the 80s.
Right. A musician?
No.
Drawer.
I'm guessing
Well,
a soccer
yeah.
player.
No, an artist.
Right.
Oh.
It's like a painter.
I like how you said drawer. Yeah, he's a famous drawer. You draw stuff when
Ben.
you're in like year 6. No, so, crazy hair. He was mates with Andy Warhol, dated Madonna, very
Right.
famous, 27 Club, RIP. And you obviously haven't heard of him. But I thought I'd flex, someone that I knew about.
Oh, no.
So I said very loudly when you guys were getting ready or something, I was getting my sort of solo shots done. And I walked over and I said, "Love the best way jumper, man." And he went, "What?" And then at that point, I was like, "Oh, maybe I've been saying it wrong my whole life." And so I said it like a bit louder. So like all the other people who are very much in the art sort of world, I suppose, they're stylists and they're cool and they're from Sydney. And I was like, had to double down. I was like, I really love your best way jumper, man. And he went, "Best way. It's Besquiar." It was a real Leviosa. It's Leviosa. I got dog walked. Dog walked in front of the... I know. I was like,
What did you say then?
I was like, "Oh, sorry. I said it wrong. I said it wrong."
And then just keep doing the finger guns.
Yeah, I know, but you guys didn't even know who it was. So I'm more cultured than you because you didn't even know who it was.
We don't put our foot in it.
Well, it would have, if it came off, he would have been like, "Wow, he knows the art."
Did it come
of
off?
No, it didn't.
No.
It didn't. But I like long shots,
That's coming from the guy who, Belle, remember we were going for a walk with Liam while we were in Sydney, took a photo of a tree? Because he thought it looked
That was
cool.
my favourite. Was seeing Liam look at the tree and go, "Wow, guys,
Look at that tree. You see that tree, guys?
Okay.
And what are we talking about?
I've never seen
Liam?
you love something so much. Then you got your phone out and took a photo of
you
the
were,
tree.
Yeah, you were lost for words at the beauty of this tree to the point where you took a photo of it.
I've seen many a tree that looked like it.
No, it was so... Guys, I'll send you this photo of this tree I got later on. I thought you'd get around. I thought you were supposed to be all into nature and stuff, Belle.
I've seen that tree a million times.
I've seen 1,000 of those trees.
This one-
that tree is not...
Well, clearly
it's a type
I
of
am
tree.
someone who
Doesn't get out in nature much.
appreciates art from the 80s. I appreciate a good tree when I see it. I see the world in a different way to you guys.
Yeah,
Okay?
wrong.
Some would say that is cool,
132410, give us a buzz if you're into crystals and charging crystals. I know it's a bit of a niche area, but please give us a buzz. 132410. I have questions.
Do people who charge crystals have phones though? Don't they stay away from like 4G and that sort of stuff?
No, I
I
think
they're
there's
connected.
a hybrid of people
Yeah.
that would, do
I
both.
reckon if you look at the Venn diagram though, those two things, there'd be a fair
Okay.
few people in the
There'd
middle
be
of that.
there'd be an overlap, but I wouldn't say it'd be a massive overlap.
Well, okay,
Let's-
if you are in that, give us a buzz.
Well, yeah, you didn't have to be in the middle of the Venn diagram. Though.
No,
You
yeah.
could
if
Now
you-
I'm
yeah.
confused about the Venn diagram.
If you're a crystal charger, but you still have a phone, give us a call.
Yeah.
13 24
Yeah,
10.
so Liam, I think what Liam was trying to accuse crystal chargers of is that they don't have phones.
Yeah. So I
which
want
is
the
a
people
wild
in the middle of the Venn
accusation.
diagram. I want the people in the middle with both.
Like people ripping down the towels and stuff. That's what I was sort of thinking.
Look, if you do charge your crystals and you give us a buzz 13 24 10, we will send you along to go see Sam Smith. They are bringing Gloria, the tour, to Melbourne, playing Rod Laver Arena Tuesday, October 31st and Wednesday, 1st of November. New seats on sale now. For details, head to frontiertouring.com.
Now, why are we talking crystal charging? Well, Ben, Liam, seems we've entered eclipse season. Now, eclipse season it's kind of around Halloween, so we're in October, obviously. There are more eclipses, especially lunar eclipses, than normal. The next one is happening not this weekend coming, but next weekend, October 29, 7:24 p.m. to be precise. And what it means is there's a few things that are going to be happening to people around this time. Now, I'm coming up to my birthday this weekend as well, and I'm a Libra, so this is especially going to affect me. And seeing as it is the planet Venus that controls Libra, it is controlling relationships, fitting. And also, we're being told that because of these lunar eclipses that are going to be happening the next few weeks, our dreams are going to be very weird. So strap in for that.
I mean, I sort of tolerate Ben's backyard. I don't think I can do Belle's crystals. I don't think I can do Belle's crystals every Wednesday.
Honestly,
Bell Star Sign Hour.
Like I said, I'm turning 29 at the
You're
end of this
buying
week.
into it so much, though.
I just last week was talking about my Saturn return. After my breakup, I don't
Do
know.
you not
I'm,
feel
I'm
that
leaning to this
Don't you
stuff
think that's
now.
linked though? Because it's something like maybe like a sad thing happens in someone's life, and then they're like, oh, it's all connected to the universe and like crystals, and that's when you think about it.
Falling into it.
Don't do it.
It's also saying that you need to be aware of talking to a lot of strangers and sharing things about yourselves, because in the lunar season, people turn their backs on you. There's a lot of things to be aware of as well, such as not charging your crystals during this time. Now, I haven't gotten to that point yet in my life.
So
I'm not crystal charging yet.
So you're not supposed to charge your crystals during a lunar eclipse.
Yes, and I think specifically during eclipse season. But again, I'm not into the crystal part yet.
Kate from Langwarren joins us now. You do charge crystals. Is it true? Are you not putting them out tonight?
I won't put them out tonight because it's something that I've put behind me because I'm in a happy relationship now. But when I was in a hideous breakup, a girlfriend who I considered almost a white witch gave me some crystals and said, now you need to charge them at this time. I almost got to the stage where I was wearing them in the bra, I think. But
Whoa.
Yeah.
And so the whole thing is like you charge your crystals
it was a time and it was a phase.
And they give you good energy. Is that how they work?
Oh, I don't know. I think I felt so sad about myself and with the cat that I thought I've got to get over the crystals. But,
Kate,
yeah.
You sound a lot like me, Kate.
It's a phase, just like the moon.
And you know, sometimes you wake up and you're like hell annoyed because your phone's on like 20%. You're like, bloody charging. Well, you didn't charge it right. Like you didn't have it.
Put my crystal out.
Yeah, you didn't have it on the wrong angle. Like if you're having a bad day, you're like, God, shit, I must not have put it out right. It's not charged.
Kate, when I think of charging crystals, I thought it was like putting it out on your front doorstep and putting the moonlight on it.
I think
is that
it is.
not it?
No,
is that it?
That is it, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, but you've got to get the right phase. It's all about the phases. But I think I was,
So this
It
is a
wasn't my
bad
thing.
phase, the lunar eclipse season.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's
Get
also
yourself
we're
a
being
white
told
witch, girl.
A white witch?
You've always got that one friend that knows all about the phases. So.
Okay, well I'll find my white witch.
We should get Nina in. The
yeah.
dark witch.
Yeah.
So I don't know,
Maybe
Kate.
not during lunar eclipse season because
she's probably
it's
super
bad.
super busy.
Also been told not to manifest anything as well during this time as well, so you can't do that.
Well, this has all been a lot of guff, hasn't it?
Yeah, well, all right, guys. So, don't think positively. Don't set any goals or anything like that. Just and don't charge your crystals. So just stay in a holding pattern for the month, and then you can, manifest and charge all you like.
Well, Kay, you must have had a little bit of juice left in your crystals. You got those Sam Smith tickets.
Thank you very much.
No worries.
He wants to do so many things before Ben Harvey turns 30.
30 things before he's 30. 30 things before he's 30. 30 things before he's 30. 30 things before he's 30.
My best bud Ben is turning 30 on the 9th of November. He's going to do 30 new things before then. I mean, you've already made a half-court shot in basketball. That's a very cool thing to do. Yesterday, you tried your wife's breast milk. Bottoms up, Ben.
Interesting. It's got a distinct aftertaste.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's a bad taste, but I don't say I like it.
It seems like daddy likey at the moment. You handled it pretty well. I also tried some and spewed. There is a video on the Ben Lehman Bell Instagram if you'd like to check that out.
Mm-hmm.
We also invented a secret handshake yesterday, and I believe someone asked if you would get a pedicure. Did you go do that?
Yesterday, for the very first time in my life, I went into a salon and I got a pedicure.
Yeah, girl.
Yeah. So let me paint the picture for you of how it went. So I walked into the salon. It was busier than I thought it would be at midday. And I walked in and the entire store just stopped.
Yeah, right.
And stared at me.
I was like, oh, there's a man.
There's a man in here.
What's he doing?
Definitely, I 100% felt like a fish out of water.
Really?
Yeah, it was a strange feeling. I felt very self-conscious being in there.
The place where I go is a lot of guys go.
Not
a
in
lot
this
of
one.
guys go.
And I also felt subconscious because I didn't know what the etiquette was. I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do.
Ooh.
And then I sat down and then I thought she was going to take my shoes off, but then I went to go do it. And then I think she was going to take my shoes off. And then I was like, oh no. And then there was a lot of weirdness.
You kept your socks on the whole time. They said, this is really hard to do, sir.
She would have known from a mile away it was your first one.
Just to prove that I did it, I did have my phone on voice recording. This is me walking into the shop. Am I able to get a pedicure?
Yeah.
Yeah? Thank you.
Too many kisses?
Oh, no, that's okay. Just the pedicure. Thank you. She tried to upgrade me
Yeah.
to the manicure.
Yeah, no, but you can get the deluxe pedicure as well.
Yeah,
What do
'cause
they do? What do they
some
do?
people-
Scrape all the dead skin off?
Well,
What do
some
they-
people had 2 ladies working on them. So some people were getting
whoa.
they had one person on their feet, and then they had another person on their hands.
I had that last week.
If you're you're a fast-paced businesswoman,
Yeah.
mother of 3, could you have 4? Like a foot each and a hand each?
Look,
is
to
that
be
a thing?
honest, even 2 at the same time makes you feel like a queen.
Yeah.
Like it's a good feeling.
Well, they
but-
also had a massage chair, and you get so it's not just because I just thought I thought it was just they filed your nails down. That's what I thought it was, but no, you get a hot foot soak, you soak your feet in the hot tub, and then they give you a foot rub, and then they do this thing with these clippers and they cut away all the dead skin around your toenail, cuticles. And then the bit I didn't like. What I will say for the record, I loved it. I thought it was really fun.
Nice.
I would definitely go back again because it's just for me it was just a foot rub.
Yeah.
The thing I didn't like though was they had this tool where it pushes
It's
the
like
skin
a
back.
scalpel.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
like that. I didn't like the skin getting pushed back.
Nah.
But apart from that, it was very relaxing, very tranquil, and I liked getting a pedicure.
Did they do the bit, which is a main part as well? Obviously, the cheese grater with
Yeah,
the
that was
heel,
a
and they
tick- that
grate
was- that-
all the
I
flakes
was
of skin
I
off.
was a little bit ticklish on my feet.
And also it's really gross, but they use the scalpel to get down the side of the nail and get all the gunk and
maybe.
scrape out
Maybe.
all. Oh,
they had the rough sponge. So they did the scalpel,
love that.
and after the scalpel, they got the rough sponge.
Yeah.
Well, look, that's 4 down. We've got 26 to go, so let's keep moving, guys. 13, 24, 10, if you ever want to add a new experience on the list for Ben, you can get in touch. Caitlin in Fitzroy, what do you think Ben should do before he turns 30?
Hey, Ben, Lynn and Belle. Ben, I dare you for 30 for 30 to get on a #1 radio breakfast show.
Well, it's certainly not our show.
Is that a dig because we're not #1? So it's and keeping in mind, I don't think the ratings come out again until after your birthday. So do you mean we either try and get an interview or call another radio show? Is that what you mean, Caitlin?
Yeah, you just got to get on a #1 radio show.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that would be if we're going to go.
Well, AM or FM?
Christian O'Connell, at the
That's
FM
the
band.
FM, and then if you want to try and get on outright #1, the biggest, the most listened to show would be Ross and Russ.
Yeah.
Who would be? I think they would be easier to get on because they do a lot of phones.
Yeah.
And it's what do you think about this? And,
I can do that for sure.
Yeah,
I can definitely do that.
Caitlin, give us 24 hours, and Ben will be on a #1 breakfast radio show.
All right, 30 before 30. What I would say is we're running out of time.
Yeah, no, we need to step things up. I think we need to. We're getting to that stage where we're doing 5 a day.
Yeah, because I've done 3. Have I done 3?
Yeah,
You've done 4.
4. I've done 4.
We're not even a fifth of the way.
But my birthday is
A
the
sixth of the
9th
way.
of November, and it's the 18th of October. So we haven't got many days.
Yeah, no. Well, yeah. Stay with us, and we will. I'm sure we will get through the entire list. Don't worry.
For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.